Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Questions and Answers in Star Wars The Old Republic. Only one question this week, and it's a hell of a question. Which is better in PvP from a DPS standpoint, basically? It is quite a long question, but the gist of it is, which is better in terms of DPS for PvP, the Power Tech or the Mercenary? Ooh, bounty hunting in PvP should be more fun than it actually is, really. I find the Power Tech, of course, was the PvP class prior to 2.0, if you remember. Power Techs were awesome. Remember, we used to fear Power Techs as healers. I remember healing again as a Sage and as a Mercenary, and you hated Power Techs. They were the bane of your life. And then 2.0 came along, and they decided to nerf Pyro spec. Pyro spec was always the spec for PvP. It still is, I would say. Pyro spec is the dot spec, of course, of the Mercenary and the Power Tech. But if you ask me my opinion, Power Tech or Mercenary, I would always lean towards the Power Tech. Even now, even in 2.7, even with the updates to the Mercenary. The biggest problem with the Mercenary, I find, is not so much with their DPS. Their damage potential is fine. Their damage output is fine. The big problem I have is with their survivability. Generally, they're pretty easy to kill, Mercenaries, and they do lack, if you ask me, defensive cooldowns. Their defensive cooldowns are probably some of the worst in the game. You've got your shield, which is what, 20% damage reduction, which is kind of nothing, really. If you compare us to other classes like the Sorcerer, for example, you look at their defensive cooldowns. I mean, they've got their bubble, yeah, and they get Enduring Bastion when it finishes, so they get, not only damage immunity, but then they get interrupt and pushback immunity afterwards. And what do we get as Mercenaries? Yeah, we get pushback immunity while our shield is up if we're a healer. But I often hate being a healer class, a class that can heal as DPS in a war zone, because you're going to get targeted. You know what's going to happen. Any heal you do is just going to be, they're going to target you. They're going to target you, and you're going to have 5 people on you. Every single time it happens to me. Even I play as a Sorcerer, I'm playing DPS, I'm clearly doing DPS. Let's kill that healer. Kill that healer, damn it. And you usually get jumped on by 5 people. Can come in handy, of course. You can lead people away from the objective. But again, the Mercenary, I just don't like. I've been playing a Commando, actually. I've been leveling my Commando. I've been doing a few war zones with the Commando. If you see a screenshot that I put up on Twitter a few weeks ago of when I got an arena and I started stuck in the wall. What a great place to start. But yes, I've been doing a little bit on my Commando, and I don't like it. Honestly. I just think the Power Tech, I haven't done a Power Tech in PvP. I did a Vanguard, to be honest. So with the Vanguard, I love it. I love the Vanguard in PvP. They are awesome. Very good. I mean, they're very good. They're still good at killing healers. They're still one of the best classes for that. The stealth classes are the other classes that you get to kill healers. But in terms of non-stealth classes, and you want to kill a healer, you want a Vanguard or a Power Tech because of that harpoon. That harpoon, pull them in, stun them, burn the crap out of them. It's so much fun. Doesn't kill them like it used to. It's not quite as effective as it used to. We have to do other things. It's not just, pull them in, stun them, burn the crap out of them, then just stand and watch them die. We have to work a little bit harder now, but I still think they're viable. I still think Power Tech's viable. Power Tech's more fun. Anyway, I have more fun as the Power Tech than I do as the Mercenary. The Mercenary is just too damn static, if you ask me. Even with the dot spec, never really liked that spec, to be honest. But it works in PvP. I never liked it in PvE. Never been a big fan of it. I know it produces more damage on the Mercenary, but I just prefer Arsenal at the minute. I like that barrage proc, to be honest, in PvE. So PvP, again, I've never really done any serious PvP since 2.0, since they took all the expertise out of my war hero gear. That pissed me off. I mean, fuck that. I was in full war hero. Started working on my elite war hero. 2.0 comes along. Oh, we're taking all that expertise. Fuck you. Basically, 2.0 was just a big fuck you to PvP, if you ask me. And I've never seriously PvP'd since then. To be honest, I have never bothered. Never bothered. I'm not working to get a new set of whatever the hell the gear is. Sometimes I do it just to get the relics, because they're pretty decent relics in PvP. But that's the only time you'll see me in PvP at endgame, but I just tend to ignore it these days. So I'm not the biggest expert on PvP, but I would say from personal experience, which is all I can talk about, is my own personal experience, that I had more fun with the Vanguard, I almost said there, ooh. The Vanguard. Yeah, they guard vans, they don't guard man. Don't guard a man, guard a van. That's the motto for the Vanguard. So the Vanguard is much better, I would say. Much more fun. Whether it's DPS output, people always do that in PvP. People always look at the damage output. Something I never care about. My DPS output in PvP. I suppose it makes sense. Suppose if you're doing arenas, yeah, to hell with them. I'm never doing another arena again. Every time an arena pops up, I just quit. Would have liked to have quit that arena that I got the other day, but of course I got stuck in the walls. I had to take a screenshot, post it up again. Useful this thing. I hate arenas. Really hate them. Can't stand arenas, to be honest with you. So arenas is just damage numbers. Everything's just boil the game down to the lowest common denominator. That's arenas. Whereas war zones, at least we can have a strategy. And I always find that staying alive is the best strategy in a war zone. I always think that the longer you're alive, the more damage you can do overall. And again, it's not just about doing DPS in a war zone. We're trying to win the match. We're doing defensive things. If you look at Hutball as the example of where a power tech really shines, especially defending in Hutball with that harpoon again. That harpoon. Just stand in the fire, pull the Hutball carrier into the fire. You'll die, but you'll take the Hutball carrier with you. And it's worth it. It's worth it killing the Hutball carrier. You know, pull them in, stun them. Die. You'll both die, but again, you've prevented a goal. You've prevented them from scoring. So they're great defensively in Hutball as well. Again, it's down to personal preference, I would say. Again, if you know how to play a mercenary in PvP and you're comfortable with the gameplay style of the mercenary, then I would stick with the mercenary. But I would honestly, if I prefer power techs, if you ask me, I prefer the style of the power tech. That's just my personal opinion. That's just my own personal opinion on that. So I'll always give my opinion. So I'll always do that. You'll always get my opinion. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, at least it's my opinion and I formed it myself. I'm not just reading off a guide and telling you, oh, this is what to do and this, don't just sit and read a guide. Everything I talk about is from personal experience and my own opinions. If you agree or disagree, let me know. Leave a comment, you know. Remember, don't forget to enter my Star Wars competition, because we're almost into May. Well, when this uploads, it'll be May the 2nd. Hopefully this will upload. Won't take that long, to be honest. It won't take that long. Maybe it will upload May the 2nd, 2015. You never know with the slow internet that I have. So, well, that is all. If you get any more questions SWTOR related, please don't ask tank questions. Please don't ask tank questions, because I know nothing about tanking. Very little about tanking. I know how to get hit in the face. That's about it. That's what I know about tanking. But any healer questions, happy to answer any of them. Did a few healer videos that are up, went up this week. Yeah, we're still in this week. Getting confused now, losing all track of time. So thank you for joining me, and again, any more questions, post them in the comments, send me a message. Don't forget to enter my Star Wars competition. You can win yourself a hyper crate of your choosing in SWTOR. So thank you for joining me, and goodbye.